So, the Giants won. That was not a good performance from the offense last night. I'll get into it in a sec. And the Rams firing their head coach. First up on the agenda is the Giants win. Very big win. Despite no offense again from Eli Manning. And quoting Nick Durst, "Wow, when you throw the ball to Odell Beckham, great things happen." But the sarcasm, of course. And Nick Durst from Bleacher Report makes a very good point on how, and he talks about this in general, how this offense can clearly stink week after week after week. It is embarrassing, to say the least. But this defense is spectacular. I don't know how they've been playing, but wow. Even after losing Jason Pierre-Paul, very big effort. So I give him an A on that. The offense is an F. I don't care. The offense is an F. If you think that they did good last night, because you are clearly in a fantasy land. If you think that this offense is good, well, it's not. It's clearly not good. Let me explain to you something, okay? When you are having a performance like you are having in the first half, clearly something is wrong. Because I don't understand it. I just don't. I really don't. This defense, however, kept them in the game. Odell Beckham. He was lucky he caught that 61-yard pass. Very, very lucky. I will admit that. So, to make it very clear, when your offense is in limbo like that, clearly something needs to be fixed, and they do not address it. Last week, Victor Cruz was upset how against the Steelers he wasn't targeted. Well, he kind of wasn't targeted that much in this game either. So, in a way, I don't know how this offense is going to do against the Lions next week. I clearly can see them having another performance like that. The Lions are not going to be an easy team. But here's something crazy. The Giants, and a lot of the spreads, are actually favored to beat the Lions on Sunday. Which, I don't really know about that. Considering that Stafford's being considered for MVP. Maybe they knock off the Lions and get lucky like they did this week. But before I go into the Rams, I just want to say this. Special teams last night. That was the most important punt. Probably biggest punts ever in the NFL. When you can punt the ball like that, how Wing was able to kick it, and have your special teams ground the ball at your own 2-yard line, that killed the Cowboys' momentum. And that is why the Giants somehow miraculously can maybe end up as a number 1 seed or maybe a number 2 seed and get a first round bye. It's possible. In order for that to happen, Dallas would have to lose out and the Giants would have to win all their games. Likely, the Giants could end up with the first wild card. I think that they should be able to win one of these games coming up in the next couple of weeks. The Philadelphia game is pretty winnable. So is the Redskin one. Maybe even this Lion one's winnable. So, if the Giants can win this game, they're definitely in my opinion. They have to win this game. Or next week, or maybe even week 17. Sometimes 9-7 can get you in. It has happened before, but only way you're getting in, likelihood, it's 10-6. Now, on to the big news from today, and that is Jeff Fisher. The longtime NFL coach today was fired by his team, the Los Angeles Rams. And this was expected, even though it was dumb enough for the Rams as a franchise to give this guy a 2-year contract extension. That to me was questionable. But here's two interesting things I want to bring up. Number one, he is now tied, Jeff Fisher, for the most losses as an NFL head coach. Not 165 to be exact. He is tied for the most losses ever as an NFL head coach. Which, this guy has been coaching for a very long time. He's a very, very familiar name when you bring up NFL head coaches. And here it is. I got a good statistic for you. Fisher has had 45 losses as the Rams head coach. Gus Bradley has 47. And Rex Ryan is actually tied with Jeff Fisher. I'm sorting Elias Sports Bureau, which I am correct about all time in terms of losses. He's tied for that record. But this was expected. The Rams had to do something. When your team gets demolished like that, the Falcons could crush them. Not to mention the Falcons were the road team. I mean, you know something is not right. You make the move with what the Rams did in their front office. And here's a crazy thing the Rams are going to be doing. Jim Fossil's son, John, the special teams coordinator of the Rams, will be coaching the next 3 games. And when do I bring this up? Well, Jim Fossil, many people know, was the Giants' head coach. And he was a pretty decent coach, I will admit that. But Tom Coughlin came in. And now the Rams, all they can do now is play it out and see where they're going to end up in the draft board. But to Jeff Fisher, it was his time to go. You know, as a franchise, when you're doing something wrong, and it was his time. So, that is my thoughts on today's stories. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care.